5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old. You must be willing to give them power to work on themselves. Welcome to today's program. Here I'm going to be talking about non-negotiable standards for empowering and achieving students. These are standards that you must not miss. You have to conform to those standards or you won't be able to empower these students. And the first thing is you have to realize that they need to be empowered. In order to empower them, you have to help them see the power in themselves. You have to give them power to change things. You have to enlarge them. You have to teach them how to grow. You have to, give them a lot of reasons to see why life can be better. Then you have to show them different perspectives to whatever it is that is happening to them. Many students have issues in school because they don't even understand the essence of school. Many of their elder ones have been to school and don't have a job. Many of their neighbors who've been to school are into Yahoo, into a lot of things. Well, students these days are very smart. So it is usually not the fact that their brain is faulty or something that makes them have issues in school. No, it's usually because they are thinking in a different direction. They are seeing things in a way that you, as the adults, you that have seen a lot of things over the years, you are not seeing. So you have to open up your mind. You have to enlarge it. And I tell you, you cannot do it from afar. You can't do it from afar. You can't influence them by proxy. You can't afford to not go closer to them. You have to be willing to help them see situations in a different light, and can go a long way to helping them to become achievers. You have to really care about the said students, and this is where it becomes tough. You see, when you have students that are energy drainers are those students that give us a lot of work. They give us a lot of stress. They stress us a lot because perhaps we teach them a lot and they know not. If you have an energy drainer in your class, or even as a child, the chances that you may not like that child or that student is very high. So if you don't like the person, the chances that you care about that person enough to work on that person is very, very low. It's very, very low. But I tell you, you have to care about this child. You have to be willing to shape this child's destiny. You cannot just sit there and begin your empowerment project on this child. You have to care about this child. You have to care about the outcome of your empowerment in this child's life. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. See, many of these students are able to discern if you care about them. You feel stressed by them. You feel that they're wasting your time. You want to just come to the class and teach and go. I'm telling you, the chances that they're going to read into the lives and see that you don't care is very high. And you can see it as an insensitivity from the teacher. Teacher insensitivity is one of the causes of underachievement. So many students are underachievers because teachers are being insensitive to them. Not judge them. They don't even try it. When you judge them, it gives them the impression that you do not care. It gives them the impression that all you're trying to do is make them feel unhappy. Even though at times you're judging them may be sincere, that instead of judging them, you should look for ways to provide unconditional support at all times. You can have two underachievers from the same family, but you have to use different techniques and tactics for each student, which means you have to do a thorough needs assessment of every student in your game. You see, a needs assessment uncovers the gap between where that student currently is and where you want that student to be. So in order for you to really empower students, you have to know the exact technique for closing that achievement gap in that particular student. What this means is that if you have 90 students in your class, you need 90 empowerment plans. These empowerment plans contain details about each student and the exact empowerment technique that you will use. So these are the 4 non-negotiable standards of empowering underachieving students. Every other standard you may cut corners, but these 4 standards are non-negotiable. So you can't make their decisions for them. You can't do things for them. You can't act out at them. You can't afford to judge them. You can't afford to do a lot of things that can trigger some emotions that can make the situation worse. So the best line of effort is for you to empower them. So when you're dealing with a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, 14-year-old. You must be willing to give them power to work on themselves. My book is going to show you the difference between underachievers and achievers. You're going to learn the 4 categories of underachievers. You're going to learn about a model called the fruit basket model, which is a model I designed. The basket model considers their motivation to change and their ability to change. So you're going to see a few cases. You're going to learn about third-party agents. Third-party agents are people who directly or indirectly have vested interest in a particular student that you're working on. So you're going to see how you can deal with third-party agents. I look forward to getting your emails. I look forward to your questions. And if a particular case you want me to work on next time, please let me know. My email address is suniladizeal@gmail.com or suniladizeal@yahoo.com.